let's start with social confidence and the difference between confidence and social confidence. So if we go to the dictionary, if we go to Meriam Webster and we search for the definition of confidence, then one of the definitions we get is that confidence is a feeling or belief that you can do something well or succeed at something, right? So it's a feeling or belief that you can do well, that you can succeed at something, that you feel confident that you can actually do the thing that you want to do. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to relate to social interactions, right? So we have general confidence in pretty much everything or anything that we do. Take, for example, someone who plays the piano, right? Someone who's really good at playing the piano. This person probably feels confident in their ability to play the piano. Or perhaps, like what I'm doing right now, I'm giving a presentation. Maybe I feel confident in giving a presentation. Maybe I believe that I can get the result I want and that I have the balls to do so, that I go out there and actually do it. So it's this combination of skill, belief, and feeling that you can do something, whatever that something is. It could also be a belief. Let's say that I am religious. Let's say I'm Christian, or maybe I'm Muslim. That would mean that I believe in a certain religion, in a certain God, in a certain dogma maybe. That to me can be confidence. I can be confident in the fact that there is a God, right? Or I can be confident in the fact that I think society should be democratic, right? You can also be confident in beliefs. You can be confident in abilities. So I just really want to make that clear distinction that confidence doesn't necessarily have to relate to social interactions. But today I do want to zoom in on that social part, because for many people, social confidence can be really tricky and it can be very scary, right? And later on, I will also zoom into why that is the case and why that is a very natural thing to feel and also what you can do about it. But generally speaking, being confident in social interactions isn't that easy. So social confidence is really going to be the main topic of this presentation. And what to me entails social confidence is the ability to think, speak, and act with confidence, with conviction, right? So on the surface level, it might seem that confidence happens in behavior, right? Maybe you meet someone on the street, maybe someone's got swagger, or they're just carrying themselves with a lot of power, and they just seem like they're very confident. And that might give us the false impression that confidence is something that happens on the behavioral level. But actually, what I believe, what I'm a firm believer of, is that it starts always with the thought, right? Because before we experience anything in the outside world, before we bring anything into the outside world, it always begins with what we think. So if I have a thought that I might be able to do this, if I have the thought that I might be confident, then after that, I could verbalize this thought, right? I could speak it out, or maybe I could act it out. But before I can do that, I first have to have the thought. Now, why this is important is because we do not see each other's thoughts. We only see each other's behaviors. We only see each other's speech. But only the person themselves knows how they're truly feeling on the inside. So I really want to make that clear that social confidence starts with the way you think. It starts with your thoughts, and after that, it starts moving outward into your behavior, into your speech. Lastly, confidence is a skill. It is something that you can learn. And Carol Dweck did interesting research, probably well known under the self-improvement culture and all the people that are into positive psychology and growth. But basically, she coined this term called the growth mindset, which means that we have the confidence. We have the confidence that we can learn something. We believe that we can get better at something. So, for example, when I was in elementary school, I was very good at maths. As a little kid, I was very good at maths. But I had the belief that this ability that I was good at math was something that was innate to me, that I had just gotten. I was just good at math, right? I didn't need to learn math. I was just good at math. In hindsight, that was a very defeating belief that I had. Because as soon as things were outside of my comfort zone, as soon as I got an equation or an assignment that I could not actually solve, I was feeling like I failed, right? I cannot solve this. But I had never learned that I could learn it because I was just good at it, right? And the same goes for people that are bad at things or that are just bad at things, right? I'm just really bad at sports. I just don't know how to play an instrument and I never will, right? It's those self-defeating beliefs, those fixed mindsets that stop us in our ability to grow. Whereas if we have a growth mindset, right, and the word already says it, growth, we believe that we can actually get better at this thing. And whatever that thing is, might be, all over the place, but we can get better at it. And I want to add a little extra thing there before we move on to the next topic, which I think is very important to realize, that you aren't binary. It's not that you're either someone with a fixed mindset or either someone with a growth mindset, right? You could have a fixed mindset in one area of life. For example, for myself, fashion, right? I was not at all into fashion. I am now kind of dabbling in fashion, but I always just thought, I'm not a very fashionable person. That's not the thing that I do, right? Whilst on the other hand, when it comes to working out, or maybe it comes to spiritual development, I feel like I can grow in bounds. So there's these two different me's that are existing next to each other. There's the one that basically says, you are already at your cap with your fashion level. And then there's the other me that's like, oh yeah, let's grow, let's develop, right? And I want to make that clear, that you can have both a fixed and a growth mindset on different things. And I would also add that the same goes for confidence, right? It's not that you're always confident, even if you're very confident, even if you're Orlando Bloom, or if you're Thor, or if you're some other big Hollywood star, which name I'm completely blanking on right now. It doesn't matter. Nobody is confident all the time, right? So having that dream, that idealization of being confident all the time, it doesn't exist. So it's helpful to understand that, because it makes your progression, it makes your growth more realistic and hopefully also more sustainable. So the challenge that I want to give you right now is to write down 3 skills or abilities or beliefs that you already feel confident in. What is something that at this moment you already feel confident in? And it doesn't have to be related to social confidence. It could be anything in life, but just kind of to get those juices flowing, right? Is there something that you already feel comfortable, conviction, and that's something that you can really do? All right, just write that down, and then I will see you here back for the next part.